Caitlin Clark is back in action. The Caitlin Clark effect is back in action.
That is not common. We are in rare air here. I was legitimately like flying out of my seat.
She's back! The best offense in the WNBA is Caitlin effing Clark.
One thing I really liked about it was the level of respect from Caitlin Clark, and you saw it, or for Caitlin Clark from the opponent.
Caitlin Clark to the fullest. Caitlin giving her the yum, yum, yum. And then all of a sudden she fouls. Can't even keep up with Caitlin that well.
Ass kicking by Caitlin Clark. No doubt about it. Here we go. All right.
And then
she shot that from 2 states over.
Like, she's just out there getting trash talked by Caitlin Clark.
The crowd roared, the lights blazed, but nothing landed harder than Caitlin Clark's return. Shot after shot, each deeper and more confident than the last, sent the arena into chaos. And then came that moment Breanna Stewart paused, cracked a smile, and in an instant, the internet lost its mind.
With Breanna Stewart in this game, where Stewie was just like, I have to give it up. You know, I can't deny it either. It is what it is, right? Like, laughing in the midst of everything that went on. Breanna Stewart reacting to Caitlin Clark out there on the floor and just smiling. That was the reaction that Stewie had when Clark hit one of those threes in her face.
What just happened on that court? Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she took over and she made it personal. Breanna Stewart, one of the biggest names in the game, looked like she was playing catch-up all night. By the time the final buzzer sounded, the trash talk was flying, the fans were on their feet, and social media was in meltdown mode. Because sometimes legends don't walk away looking legendary, they walk off stunned.
Also had a terrible day. This helped with the dub, man. She shot 1 for 8 from the floor, 0 for 4 from the 3, had 5 points, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and also she had that moment where she was trying to D-up Caitlin Clark to the fullest. Caitlin giving her the yum, 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 and then all of a sudden she fouls. Can't even keep up with Caitlin that way.
It was actually a moment where, where Breanna Stewart was giving her a lot of space. She shoots it from the logo, she drills it, and right afterwards, I think all Breanna Stewart could do is kind of laugh about it. I actually loved that moment.
Didn't just beat New York, they sent a message. Clark was in full control. The Indiana Fever didn't just win a game, they shattered the New York Liberty's undefeated streak, and at the center of the chaos was Caitlin Clark from the opening tip. The vibe was different. Clark came out firing, logo threes, precision dimes, defensive hustle, but then came the moment. Breanna Stewart gave her space, too much space. Clark looked up, rose from the logo, and bang. Nothing but net. Stewart could only smile in disbelief. The crowd lost its mind. Social media exploded. And Caitlin? She let Stewie hear about it. This wasn't just a highlight, it was a humiliation. A message. A takeover. She stared her down, called for the ISO, waved her teammates off, and dropped a step-back 3 in the former MVP's face. 3 logo. 3s in 38 seconds, 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 7 threes, 2 blocks, and 1 statement. It wasn't just the numbers, it was the presence. The swagger, the electricity. Caitlin Clark didn't just play basketball, she turned it into cinema. And Stewart? She had no answer. At one point, Clark hit back-to-back-to-back threes so absurd the crowd started yelling for someone to call the cops because this was logo abuse. Even NBA stars couldn't stay silent. ESPN lit up, tweets flew. And the legend of Caitlin Clark grew right in front of our eyes. Yes, she was exhausted by the fourth. Yes, Stewart took 14 free throws, many questionable. But Clark had already done the damage. She dominated the first. Half like no player has this season. This wasn't just a comeback. This was a movement. The Fever looked like a different team with her on the floor. And now? The whole WNBA is on notice. Leading the Indiana Fever to their first 100-point game of the season. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she took over. 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. 2 blocks, 7 threes, 11 Fort Wayne shooting. And she did it. All in just 31 minutes. The message to New York was loud. Come on, Liberty, somebody's got to give you that first L, and I guess it's gonna be us. No Jenquil Jones? No problem. Final score. Fever 102. Liberty 88. Triple digits thanks to CC2, Caitlin Clark, Scene 2, breakdown with play-by-play clips. It started with a high-stakes showdown, undefeated New York, loaded with stars, Breanna Stewart in the building. But Caitlin Clark? She had other plans from the opening tip. She was on fire. Step-back threes, lightning, quick dimes, fearless drives into the paint. By halftime, 25 points. And it wasn't just what she did, it was how she did it. She ran the offense like a seasoned vet. She read the defense like a chess grandmaster, and she made it very clear this was not just another game. Scene 3. Commentary plus historic perspective. You want to talk legendary performances? I'm old enough. I've seen Magic, Bird, Chuck, Jordan, Ewing, Elijah, all of them. This was one of the top 5 offensive halves of basketball I've ever witnessed. And remember, WNBA quarters are shorter. So 25.5 against 1. Of the league's best defenses, that's not just talent. That's generational greatness. Scene 4, Stewart's respect plus tactical brilliance, and you know what sealed it? The look on Breanna Stewart's face. She wasn't angry. She wasn't frustrated. She smiled, because sometimes, when greatness hits you square in the face, all you can do is respect it. Even Stewie had to admit this girl is for real. Scene 5. Defensive brilliance and strategy. Let's give the Fever credit too. Putting Kelsey Mitchell on Stewart at the top of the key. Brilliant, daring Stewart to shoot the 3 because she hasn't been hot from deep this year. That's coaching, and when Stewart drove into the paint, Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard were right there to shut her down. Mismatch controlled. Mission accomplished. Scene 6. The shot that broke the internet. Then came the shot. Stewart gave her space 5 feet of pure disrespect. Caitlin stared her down. Stepped back from the logo ... Stewart could only laugh. 3 logo threes. In 38 seconds. Wow, said LeBron. Welcome back. You were missed. Yes, LeBron James posted it. Social media exploded. Scene 7. Viral moment and trash talk. People flew in from Hong Kong just to see Caitlin Clark. ESPN posted her clip within minutes, and after one of those threes, she turned to Stewie and started jawing. That wasn't disrespect, that was dominance. Even Sandy Brundello had to smile, because what can you do when your defense is perfect? And she still drains it from 30 feet? Scene 8, defensive growth plus stat line breakdown. Oh, and about her turnovers? Yes, she had a few, but most were dead ball turnovers. Not the kind that lead to fast breaks, and in the second half, she tightened it up. Better assist to turnover ratio. Still played aggressively. That's growth. That's leadership. That's superstar maturity. Scene 9, the legend killer moment in the final stretch. Dead tired. Totally gassed, she ISO'd Stewart. Clear out, she barked. Step back. Pull up. Boom, in Stewie's face, and Stewart just laughed again. The moment went viral instantly. This wasn't just a hot streak. It was a crowning, closing scene, the rise of a new queen. Caitlin Clark didn't just win. She owned the night. She dismantled the Liberty. She humbled a legend, and she reminded the world this league, it's hers now. So tell me, was this the moment Caitlin Clark officially became the face of the WNBA? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because trust me, Caitlin Clark is just getting started.